Jim, new look Vikes. Welcome to VI Sports, a show that takes you beyond the scoreboard, bringing you stories from across the Vancouver Island sports scene. I'm Kevin Chirac, hosting here at the new CARSA gym at UVic, as the defending Canada West champs play host to the Saskatchewan Huskies in their season home opener. We'll introduce you to the team in just a moment, but first, let's preview what's on today's show.
Our own Kate Bergen sits down with a local Canadian football legend. Mark Robertson checks out new technology that may be a runner's best friend. A Paralympic hopeful marks a first for the Canadian Sports School.
This is going to be a long shootout.
And Todd Jones puts his goaltending skills to the ultimate test.
Those stories coming up in just a few minutes, but first, last season the Vikes were crowned kings of the Canada West. I spoke to a few key Vikes about what they have in store for an encore. Here with Vikes head coach Craig Beaucamp. Now Craig, you're coming off a season where you win the Canada West, you go to the Nationals, you finish fourth, but you lose two very key significant figures from last season, Marcus Tibbs and of course Chris McLaughlin. How do you fill their shoes?
Well, and I've said before, I don't think you replace them with, one guy. I guess in any particular year you might be lucky enough to do that, but when you have great players at any level, I think that it's got to be replaced more by committee, and we got to find ways to do things differently. We don't have, one guy that's probably going to get us 20 and 10, as Chris did night in, night out, or a player like Marcus that, can kind of carry that load night in and night out. But, it's an opportunity for a number of different guys to step up and play a different role than they did last year.
Let's talk a little bit about that committee, because there are a bunch of fourth and fifth year guys in that starting lineup returning this year, but they're going to have to take a step up in terms of their offensive production. Can we talk about some of those guys on the team this year?
Well, specifically we have two fifth years in Reiner Tile and Mac Roth, that have played a very significant role for us. Reiner's probably been our best defensive player over the last, 3 or 4 seasons. Mac Roth has kind of come into his own in the last season or two, and early on for us has had a lot of scoring for us and really stepped up that way.
Here now with fourth year forward for the UVic Vikes from Brush Prairie, Washington, Grant Sitton. Now Grant, we saw flashes of your offensive game, particularly in the CIS Nationals last year. With the departure of Chris McLaughlin and Marcus Tibbs, do you see this as an opportunity to play more of a significant role in the offense?
Yes, I definitely do. For me personally, and for some fifth years like Mac Roth and Reiner Tile, even for some of the younger guys as well. I do believe when you lose two of your main scorers like Chris and someone who's also the MVP of the Canada West last year, and Marcus, who's a great point guard, people are going to have to step up, and I think that is fine by me.
From what I've seen so far in the preseason, I've seen push the pace. You got big guys that can shoot threes. Is it going to be a lot of threes and layups? Is that the goal?
Oh yeah, I guess if the threes are going in, we'll keep shooting them. Well, a lot of times Mac and I are, we like to shoot the threes, so we'll pick and roll and pick and pop and see where it goes from there.
Back-to-back fourth place finishes in the country for UVic. Just what are the expectations going into 2015-2016?
Well, our expectations are the same, and I know we have had a changeover, but we want to get back to nationals. This year the Canada West has 3 berths with UBC hosting, and so we haven't changed. There definitely has been a changing in the guard, but our goal is the same, and we got to take it one weekend at a time and one game at a time. But we obviously want to get into the playoffs and make a run, and hopefully we're at UBC in March and playing for a chance to get back and progress farther than we did last year.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this season.
Okay, thanks very much.
We'll have highlights of this game throughout today's show, but for our first story, we're talking football. And did you know that we have one of the CFL's all-time greats living right here on the island? Winnipeg Blue Bombers alumni Gerry James started his CFL career in 1952 at just 17 years old. Our own Kate Bergen sat down with him to talk highlights of his football and hockey career at his home in Nanaimo Bay.
My first year with the Bombers was in 1952, which was the last year of Wasser Stadium. So I played there one year. One season.
And this is a very young-looking boy entering.
That would be into manhood, and that would be me.
Entering manhood, yes, and a remarkable career as a running back for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Gerry James was inducted into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame in 1981 and has been selected as one of the Blue Bombers' all-time greats. He is the youngest player to ever play in the CFL. He was 17, still in high school, when he was invited to training camp. From here, in his Nanaimo Bay home, just north of Nanaimo on Vancouver Island, Gerry, Kid Dynamite, reflects on not only football, but hockey as well.
I had just come back from football. I was standing in front of the net, and he just gave me a little push like this, and I sort of lost my balance like this. And so I just flipped over like this.
And that's the second most looked at photograph
in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
In the Hockey Hall of Fame. Gerry James is the only athlete in history to play in the Grey Cup and the Stanley Cup final in the same year. That year was 1959-60. The Blue Bombers won the Grey Cup. The Toronto Maple Leafs lost. Gerry was right wing for the Maple Leafs for 5 seasons in the late 1950s.
Well, I picked you out as here. Is that you?
That is me.
But this is a story about football. Gerry was the first player to receive the CFL's Most Outstanding Canadian Award in 1954. He got it again in 1957.
Canadian Football Hall of Fame.
Missing the pen.
How come it's so...
It fell off.
And then how did it get cracked?
I dropped it.
Well, you know, take better care of your
Just
things.
the other day when you said you wanted to see some stuff.
Oh.
It's your fault.
It's our fault.
Yeah, because I dropped it.
We're sorry.
And that's what happens when you get excited.
He doesn't seem that upset that his trophy is cracked. The game for him was never about acknowledgement or awards. And while his list of sport achievement is long, he still holds the record for the most touchdowns scored by a running back, 18. For Gerry, it was always about the game.
I used to kick converts and field goals, and I know there's one game, it was actually that game right there, that 61 Grey Cup. We tied the game at 14-13, and I had to kick the convert to tie the game in the last 5 minutes of the Grey Cup game. I've missed a 5-foot putt, and I was more nervous when I played golf than I did because I was a professional. I was a professional athlete. That's what I did, and that's my job.
Why'd they call you Kid Dynamite?
Because my dad's name was Dynamite Eddie.
Oh, Dynamite Eddie.
And one of the sportscasters said that this is a kid out there, he should be called Kid Dynamite.
And were you okay with that, Tony?
Oh yeah. What was I going to say about it? Not much.
Can't pick your own nickname, right?
No, you can't.
Gerry credits his athletic success to good genes. His dad was Eddie James, Dynamite. He credits it to riding a 2-wheeled bike everywhere he went and determination. He's fiercely competitive and says the game today just isn't the same.
In the old days, if you had 2nd and 2, second down and 2 yards to go, they would never pass the ball. Now, without a doubt, they would always pass the ball in the CFL.
Gerry has donated his brain to science, the Canadian Sports Concussion Project, and says his only regret is that he won't know the results. He'll watch the Grey Cup this year, but won't be cheering for any particular team. He just wants to see a good game, full of athleticism and strategic play. In Nanaimo Bay for VI Sports, I'm Kate Bergen.
Thanks, Kate. I'm thinking by those pictures, player safety wasn't a huge issue back then. How times have changed. All right, we're going to take a quick break. More from CARSA when we return.
You're watching VI Sports on Shaw TV.
Welcome back. Now, sports science continues to be a growing field, helping athletes up their game. Our own volunteer reporter, Mark Robertson, investigated a new piece of high-tech running technology developed right here in Victoria.
Every athlete, whether professional or amateur, is always looking for a competitive edge. It all starts with an intense training regimen. But here at the Canadian Sports Institute, they take the science of athletics to a whole new level.
Better,
faster, stronger. That's the goal of sport technologist Sam Blade.
So sports technology is like a sub-discipline of a larger area called performance analysis. We have access to information now like technique, what are the athletes' joint angles, how much force are they producing, and all of that stuff was difficult, if not impossible, to measure even 10 years ago.
Right now, he's working towards a way to turn Canada's elite athletes into medal contenders with some unique technology.
So here's what we're going to be putting in your shoe. This is the actual insole, so you can see it's very, very thin, and it's measuring pressure in 8 different places. So in the heel, 2 on the side of the foot, and 3 across the midfoot, and then big toe and a small toe sensor.
The insole will fit any shoe and comes equipped with a Bluetooth device that will connect to any portable laptop, notebook, or smartphone.
Turn the Bluetooth on the phone, and we paired with the pods, and now you can see that your information is right there, and we can see actually the pressure moving throughout your foot. Great, so now you're up and running on the treadmill, so we're going to be able to record all of your data from those onto the phone. Okay. And then we'll download it and have a little look afterwards, okay?
Great. This running-based technology is also designed to help prevent injury.
There's an incredibly high injury rate in running. It's about 50%.
As well as improved technique.
It's an incredible amount of information. Yeah. Even in the short time that you ran, we're looking at massive amounts of numbers. Right away, what stands out is a really hard spike. So we can see this big peak in your heel.
Okay.
So
which is not good, I assume.
That's not good, yeah. So that rapid spike that you see here tells us that you're heel striking. So the foot's actually coming into the ground like this, and 2 things are happening. It's coming in first and hard, and the musculature is not absorbing that force. So that force is going right through your skeleton. And what we actually want to see is you're going from lateral to medial, and that you're using the middle of your foot to absorb force.
Now, can we look at an athlete that is doing it right?
Sure.
As a comparison?
Yeah, absolutely. So the data I'm going to show you belongs to Hillary Stillingmurph, and she is a national team athletics member, and she's a 1,500 meter runner, and she was a finalist in the last Olympics. So her data is going to be pretty awesome. This is her entire file, and right away we see there's no big heel transient. We're seeing just a very tiny heel blip. And here we can step through each one, but you can see right away the heel, the lateral 1 and lateral 2 are all well within the bounds of other pressure sensors.
So a lot of great information, Sam. Obviously, I got some things to work on. Maybe first of all, some proper athletic shoes.
I think it's a good idea.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
I'm Mark Robertson with Sam Blades at CSI Victoria for VI Sports.
Cool stuff, thanks Mark. Now for all you runners out there, you're going to need to be a little patient as that high-tech insole technology is still in development and will be about a year. All right, now we're going to go from the Canadian Sport Institute to Victoria's Canadian Sports School. It's a school out of Pisces that attracts some of the province's best athletes competing in a wide variety of sports with Olympic dreams on their minds. But none are quite like new student Melissa Pemble.
This is Melissa Pemble's happy place.
Going fast and feeling the wind through my hair.
A hobby
Started when I was 7.
turned passion.
I really like skiing. Someone introduced racing to me, and then I was hooked on the speed.
And now the grade 10 student is taking her love for alpine skiing.
There you go, good.
To the next level.
I was always competitive.
And it's that competitive drive that motivated the British-born Pemble to step it up, becoming the first Paralympic hopeful to attend Victoria's Canadian Sports School. Think Hogwarts for athletes, joining 30-plus other grade 10 to 12 students with Olympic dreams.
We've all got goals that we're working towards. We've all got that strive to achieve in sport, so it's really good to be around everyone.
Getting stronger and working hard, and this is what we do.
But Melissa's workouts are a little different from the rest. An adapted set of exercises as she copes with cerebral palsy.
My knee and my ankle both collapse in, so I walk with a bit of a limp. My arm and my hand doesn't have as much dexterity, so I don't hold 2 poles. I only ski with 1. So
for me, it was a process to learn, more about cerebral palsy, more about how it affects Mel in particular, because CP is a condition that affects everybody so differently.
Training with a weighted vest, adjusted hurdle height, part of Melissa's experimental routine.
Finding different ways to adapt and to challenge her adequately without doing too much or putting her in a compromising position.
So far, so good.
I've become way looser and stronger.
Sport has become her therapy, a healthy distraction from her daily challenges.
When I'm skiing and doing sport, I forget about it.
We've got her dialed in, and she's doing really well right now.
So well that she's already captured Canada Winter Games silver and gold, not to mention a BC championship in paracycling. Yes, she's a dual athlete with big goals.
Go to 2018 in South Korea, and then hopefully I've just sort of got a goal of 2020 in Tokyo too, so summer and winter.
She's excelling in both sports, and so both sports have a very realistic pathway for her to get to the Paralympics.
The workouts will only get tougher and the competition stiffer, but Pemble's attitude is spot on.
Fear and excitement are the same feeling, it's just what you deal with the situation. So yeah, I really like taking on challenges.
Up next for Melissa, the Para-Alpine Nationals in March. And now the UVic Vikes Band is going to take us to the break.
Watching VI Sports on Shaw TV.
Welcome back. Now we're going to go to Nanaimo, where our own Todd Jones puts on the pads and goes head-to-head with 3 of the top shooters from the Nanaimo Buccaneers Junior B hockey team.
One of my favorite things in life is the game of hockey. And if you didn't know, I'm a goalie. I play all the time, but never against 3 highly skilled shooters like these guys. These guys are from the Nanaimo Buccaneers. This is Chad, this is Trent, this is Jordan. Today we're going to do the first ever Nanaimo Buccaneers Shaw TV Shootout Challenge.
All 3 shooters will have 3 shots against me. Whoever has the most goals at the end is our champ. First up, Trent Bell.
Right now I'm going to go backhand through legs, top shelf.
I just saw that, but it hit me in the face and then went in the net. It hit my face and went in.
Not exactly what I wanted, but it went in.
This is going to be a long, long shootout.
Second shooter, number 21, Chad Bell.
I haven't shot on him yet, so let's give it a try, maybe high glove.
Whoa! I think he's just trying to shoot and beat me, and I got my glove on it. It's the only thing I really have in my arsenal is my glove, and I kind of got a piece of it, not all of it, but...
Were you aiming for his glove just to make him feel good?
Yeah, we'll go with that for sure.
Last time I checked, it's a save.
Third shooter and team captain, Jordan Levesque.
I'm going to try to go 5-hole, backhand 5-hole, so we'll see if that works.
Oh, the pad save. Good to be lucky and lucky to be good. I think I was a bit lucky there.
Do you think maybe you went too easy on him?
Maybe, I don't know. I think I just didn't put it right between his 5-hole as good as I wanted to.
After all 3 shooters, Trent's up 1-0.
He's 2 for 3, so we're going to have to step it up.
Ho!
I tried to go 5-hole, but he just got it.
I think they figured out my 5-hole is my weakness. It's like a black hole. My 5-hole sucks the puck through every time to the back of the net. For some reason, I've got lucky twice in a row.
What are you going to do this time?
I don't know. He's a little older. He's on the older side here.
I may be old, but I'm really slow.
So, I might get him to move back and forth a little bit in the net.
I can't tell, but from your angle, did that look really bad? Because from my angle, it felt really bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to work pretty well, so I might just have to go with it again.
So that's not 1-1.
I think his down low is pretty good, so I might have to go up top, maybe blocker side, something like that.
I thought I stood my ground good there. I just got my blocker on it and missed the net.
He's a big goalie, so he kind of took away everything, so I didn't really have much to shoot at.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get him moving, get a quick shot away. Hopefully his old legs can't handle it. It's my last puck, so I have to score.
Oh. I think these guys are going easy on me, but I'm trying to play patient. I'm trying to let them make the first move. Just trying to stand tall.
I made a good save. I got the move I wanted, but made it stop. Yeah, it's my chance to win, so I better go down there and put it in the net again, I guess. Wasn't too difficult last time, so. I had him beat. I just lost the puck on when I went to the backhand there.
I think some of my advantage right now is the fact it's dirty ice. They just finished a practice, so the ice is really bad. It's really snowy.
So that had nothing to do with him?
No, nothing to do with him at all.
Pretty much have to score here, so we'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but looking pretty good, so. We're good. He gave me the block or the glove, so I just kind of took it. So
I'm trying to compensate down low, and he sniped me high. And usually that's my A game, is that.
So I think I just placed it well. So tied game, so we'll see.
Nice shot.
Extra innings.
All right, what are you gonna do?
Backhand toe drag. He's starting to move a little slower. I got the move I wanted. He just made a good stop, but I still want it. I think that was my last chance to win it. I think someone's gonna score. I think I'm just gonna take it right now. End it quickly here. I've been seeing too many deeps. I think I'm gonna shoot at him this time.
5-hole.
Yeah, I went 5-hole, got him moving a little bit side to side, and just put it in when he opened up.
What'd they tell you about the 5-hole? Black hole just sucks that puck in.
I just wanted to put the pressure on Jordan a little bit, so we'll see what he's got now.
Yeah, pressure's really on me now, so we'll see what I can do. I don't know, I think I have a little trick up my sleeve, so we'll see.
Easiest save to make those when they shoot 10 feet over the net.
What happened there?
I think the pressure just got to me. I just messed up, lost the puck, and I guess that's the end of the game.
Our Nanaimo Buccaneers Shaw TV Shootout champion is Chad Bell.
It was a close race, but I ended up coming out on top. Win's a win, and they don't always paint pictures of it, so.
So was I really good, or is the ice conditions a factor in this?
We'll call the ice conditions a factor on that one.
Yeah, I thought he would say that.
Come cheer on Chad, Trent, Jordan, and the rest of the Junior B Nanaimo Buccaneers every Thursday at the Nanaimo Ice Center. For a complete schedule of games, visit them online.
A man of many talents. Well done, Todd. I'm impressed. Well, it looks like we're all done here. The Vikes take it 83-58 over the University of Saskatchewan Huskies. This is a good team. They got great energy. They're fun to watch. And hey, here's proof. We got a highlight recap of the game. Check it out. That's our show. We're all wrapped up here. Be sure to support your Vikes this season. This is an amazing facility here at CARSA. And hey, be sure to follow us on Twitter for videos and links and news from the Vancouver Island sports scene. Thank you so much for watching. For everyone here at VI Sports, I'm Kevin Chirac. And hey, stay tuned for our GoPro close-up. I'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Declan Micklin. I'm running back for Mount Doug Secondary, and this is my GoPro close-up.